Hi, my name is Blessings Wanjiku and I am representing Team RKO in presenting our solution for the Pumzika Hackathon. Now, we decided to tackle both problem 1 and problem 2 because we realized that they are quite interconnected. Why do I say so? Now, you can imagine Pumzika acting as a platform has people who are hosted or companies or Airbnbs that it hosts. Now, imagine this for a specific host that has an Airbnb, but they're not able to tell how much they are supposed to be pricing it based on times and seasons. Now see, the thing is, if I only charge it based on amenities and I forget things like seasons or people filling in, it automatically becomes a problem because I'm either overcharging or I'm undercharging. And now look at problem number 2, the aspect of occupancy rates. During seasons like rallies, people tend to go to the area near the rallies, people tend to flood in that area. But now the thing is, if I am an owner of an Airbnb and I can't tell this, that automatically means that I can't plan myself well in the aspects of how much I am charging and even in the aspect of my amenities. That automatically becomes a problem, not just a problem to the host, but even a problem to the guests because they find the Airbnbs really full. And not just that, it becomes a problem to Pumzika because in the cases where the occupancy rates are really low, the host will be like, why am I even on Pumzika if I'm not getting customers, if I'm not getting guests? So it becomes a problem to the whole ecosystem. That's why we decided to create a solution that can be able to focus on these two problems. That is in the aspect of creating a prediction model that can be able to tell you how much should you be charging for your Airbnb, and a time series model that can be able to easily tell what are the occupancy rates in a specific month. And it even gives you a 30-day plan, that you'll be able to tell you for the next 30 days this is how things will be looking like. And no, we are not working on mock data, we are actually working on actual data that has been used before, but that was presented by both Pumzika and other data sets. But hey, that's enough of the problem. Let's go through the solution. Now I will log in as a host. I had already gone through the whole onboarding process where I put in my specific service, that is an Airbnb. I also put in how much I am currently charging it, where it is, and the amenities that I had. For the charges, I had put it at 8,000. Now you can already see that the recommended price it's giving me is 15,000. That's 7,000 above the current price, which is 8,000 that I had put in. Now, why does it say this? And it's giving me a 90% confidence. But the question is, why? Let's go through it. Now it's telling me in Kenya currently as we speak it's a Madaraka Day. So it's giving me the Madaraka Day weekend, which automatically means that there's a demand surge by 38% within Kilimani. And the market, because I had put mine as a one bedroom, the similar one bedroom listings nearby are averaging to 7,900 within today night. So we are within the right range. And not just that, the occupancy rate within the last 7 days in Kilimani has been up by 49%. That automatically means that the rate and the range that I am at is perfect. Now the demand level is at a 68%. The nearby listings within my area in Kilimani are 12, and the area occupancy is 49 with a rating of 5. This is a 30-day demand forecast. Sorry for that. A 30-day demand forecast that tells me how much I should probably charge within the next 30 days, with a clear breakdown. It's not too high, it's not too low. And an occupancy forecast for the next 30 days. You notice how it's not even at 100%, but it's literally giving the best amount. And the revenue, how much will I be earning? And it gives me other listings. You'll notice that most of the listings are sounding more like they're not from Kenya. That is because the data set that we used is from the US based on what Pumzika had already provided, but we didn't just automatically use it. We broke it down to Kenyan times, to Nairobi times, ensuring that the data that we're actually giving out makes sense. It's only that you'll notice that these ones are not from Kenya, but other than that, it is fully broken down to Kenyan times. Then we even have a voice model and a 3D map. The 3D map can be able to easily tell you what is the demand like within this area, what is the demand like. That usually helps out in the aspect of data and understanding how you're supposed to plan yourself. We even have a voice agent. The voice agent can easily tell you how much you are. In case you don't want to type, you don't want to open through the whole app or over and over again, it acts as your pricing advisor. Because remember, all these tasks we already In the job market, there's a person who's supposed to be doing all this. They're called a revenue advisor, but revenue advisors can be really, really expensive. So with this platform, we ensure that every Airbnb, every host can be able to easily track their payments and easily understand how much should I be asking for. So if I press this,
Not this weekend. Madurika Day is driving demand up 34% in your area. Push to KSH 15,000 and you will still fill up faster than last month.
now, if you can notice, the voice sounds quite generic. Yes, that's because we are just using the normal voices. We try to ensure that what we are using is very open source and it is very cost effective. But upon winning this hackathon, upon growth, we intend on using 11 labs. We intend on using a higher tier of Mapbox, because Mapbox is what we used for the 3D map, just to ensure that what we are providing is really, really nice. Now, that is for the host. Let's go through the guest. As a guest, again, I had already filled it in and I had told it as a guest we are a total of 3 people, if I'm not wrong. We are a total of 3 people, and we want to spend between 4,000 and 13,000. And now it easily breaks it down for me based on my amenities and how much I want to spend. It breaks it down for me how much I should be able to spend. That's 10,908, and it gives me the best booking spots. I'm talking the best amenities within a specific area, and it gives me the 30-day breakdown of when should I specifically be booking and where should I be booking. I feel like this is a perfect idea because it really, really helps out. The best areas for me, that's Upper Hill, Kileleshwa, Muraiga, South B. Remember, these are all in Kenya. As you remember me saying, we took the data sets that are not from Kenya, and we really, really worked on them, cleaned them up until we could use them for Kenyan sites. The listings within my budget, because remember the budget I had given out was 10 to 13,000. I mean 4 to 13,000. It really, really, really breaks it down, ensuring that I can easily understand. And when I press on a place, it tells me this is the Snooze Factory, it's 5,500, the price history, what guests are saying, and I can book it on Pumzika. So upon pressing book on Pumzika, it automatically takes me to Pumzika, and I can be able to book it from there. With this platform, every single guest can be able to tell how much will I be spending for me to specifically live in a place. This is more than I feel like it's more than a world-breaking innovation in the aspect where every single guest can be able to understand where am I staying and for how long am I staying in that place and how much should I be charging. Notice that Pumzika doesn't lose its customers, both in the host aspect and in the guest aspect, because the hosts constantly have people there, because the host can now tell the host has the perfect prices and the guest is getting all this data, but perfectly for them. So we are not leaving anyone out of this ecosystem. But remember, the only way that we can be able to fully maximize on this product is if we are given a bigger platform. By God's grace, if we are able to win this hackathon, if we are able to get a platform for us to grow it more, this can be something that can really help out not just Pumzika, but thousands and thousands of guests, automatically improving the tourism sector within Kenya and heavily within Africa. Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it.